Pretend like that light's my face. All right, let me fix my hair. It's gonna make me. It's gonna. I'm gonna get agitated. Wait, I need another light. You got the other light over there? You're fine. You're all right. Here, we'll go like that. It's a little bit brighter. Boop, 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 boop. I made my first sticker of my sweet boys at the Rainbow Bridge. They're all together in heaven. Artie Pants, Tuck, and Benzo. I miss them dearly. Every day. We put that guy there. Put him right there. Can you see him? My dogs. Woo. There. Let's talk. I'm gonna talk to myself on the internet for a while, okay, Ma? Because then I don't have to offend anybody if nobody's there. You know what? You know that how they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder? So is everything else. So is hatred, so is love, so is kindness, so is it's all in the eye of the beholder. All of it. That's how yeah. Anyway, so it's been an interesting couple days. It's been a really interesting couple days. Good girl, Luna. You can have the spot. She says, I'm ignoring you. You're bothering me. So, I used to watch this show when I was a young girl. When I was a young girl, I used to watch this show. Me and Mom watched the first episode yesterday. Right? It came out in 1982. I was 8 years old. And so the very first episode was about a man that videotaped young women and then blackmailed them. And then I was like, isn't that interesting that it evolved from that? That's cool. Uh to evolve to that to Epstein. And then it's also interesting that shows like Night Court have the Epstein files in them. They make mention, and that show was in the 1980s. SUV? I quit watching that show like in the 1990s. Right? That show has been on like 26 years or so. It's like what out there's other things to do than be caught up in the world of make believe. When make believe is based on reality. A lot of those like murder shows they get from their buddies that work at the police. Hey, give me that file, we'll make a show out of it. People are watching their lives on TV and they're like, what the F? How come I don't get paid for this? Reality's been hijacked in America. I only live in America right now. And it's always gone to the highest bidder. America's always sold out to the highest bidder. That's why we don't play games. We don't play with everybody else because you have the sellouts and then the game is corrupt and then why bother? Because you're just going to piss them off and you're going to end up in a shallow grave anyway. You need a Kleenex? Especially in New Mexico. What are the Melissa? The one of the scientists or related to science, not there because she wasn't a scientist, she was an admin assistant, but admin's assistants know more than most employees because they're putting the whole puzzle together. You want to know about an organization, make nice with the admin assistants, that's making the meetings for their bosses and stuff. Anyway, so people are waking up to it. They are. They're waking up to the fact that really in America, if somebody wants you gone, you're going to get gone. That's pretty much it. If you make the wrong people really upset, then your life will be cut short. Why? Because men that were once boys watch The Sopranos and The Rockford Files and shows like this. It's the pre-programming for the machismo. And it's in women too, because if I'm not careful, I'm gonna have the machismo in me. What is happening? I want the other light. I thought of a new way that people could help the community. The government with all the money, they could have special teams with one of these. I got me one of these. Hey, what's up? That's a cool name. Brantley. I don't know if I've ever seen that name before. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I used to be of the earth, and then now I opt out because it's stupid, lame ass reindeer games, and I don't want to play. Collect the W-2s and watch this dumb sporting event. No, me and Mom got better stuff to do, huh? So I got me one of these. I like testing products. It's a TC view. You could tell where like you could find water leaks with these things. Some of them, maybe not this one. I haven't found one yet, so I haven't tested it. But you could find out like see, because I'm always worried about the people that the system doesn't care about. Those are the people that I care about because that's how we grew up, Ma. We basically got by on the grace of others because you would pray for things that we'd need, and then that prayer would go out, and then the angels of the earth hear the prayer, and then we line up so they can help the prayer recipient. That is how I understand the collective consciousness to work. But then the pervs got pervy, and they had to go and make it weird. And the greedy got greedy, and the jealous got jealous, and they didn't turn the other cheek. So I come up with ideas all the time on how to let's see, and it takes pictures too. It takes pictures. So this is me and my temperature. The electronics are hotter. Or no. No, it looks like the electronics aren't put on, but the TV, what that thing glows red. But little old ladies, little old men that don't have families to support them, they should have crews to go in, like in the spring and stuff, and weatherize. And you have an outdoor crew help tidy up the outside, get it all squared away. So there's not any fire hazards or electrical hazards or anything like that. And they go through and then like weatherize the houses for them and stuff like that, right? Because they have so much money, and they always say there's nothing left over for the people that really need it because they like it better when people suffer. They feel like they when they go home and they open their bottle of booze, because all the people in control are souths most of the time, the really important ones. And then they think about all the people whose lives they wrecked that day, and then they go, whoa, whoa, and then they go to sleep at night. What they really have to look at is why are they laughing at that? Like, why do they think people deserve to live without comforts? Just comforts. Like when it's hot outside, and if they're sensitive to heat, everyone should have a place where it's nice and cool. Same for if it's cold outside. If people don't want to be outside, they should have a place that's warm that they can be comfortable. I didn't fight for this country. I bought the lie. I bought the lie too. I signed up because I believed. Well, I signed up for a college education, and then I got caught up in a war. But there was a time that I believed in the American dream for a second. And then what I learned is that the deck is stacked, and because of nepotism, I will never get the job I want because somebody else already has a cousin that job is going to go to. The part I was born into a world, no, the part is somebody else's. It's not for you. Cuz I live from my heart. And they don't like central cast members that live from their heart because we go off script. That's why I never got picked, is because I exposed the lies and the strings behind the falsity narrative of what America's based on. I'm a half breed. And don't think hybrids. All hybrids are is people that have had something that's made in a lab injected in them that altered their natural state of the human condition of their body. So anyone that has had a flu shot, any vaccine, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. You're all hybrids like me. See, but the thing is duration. They've been putting shit in me since I was a little girl, since mom was pregnant, to make me extra sensitive, and maybe I'll just die early and I won't be anybody's problem. They put this shit in my teeth when I was a kid. I want it out. I'm real close to drilling it out myself. Could you imagine using a YouTube live? Drilling out the mercury fillings because it's heavy metal. And it's toxins and it's poisons and that stuff. It's like little flakes flick off and it gets into your bloodstream, and then people get like kidney disease and they get like all this sickness because there's weird beings. They're not even humans. They're like relatives of dark. It's anybody that's gonna use their free will to cause harm to any living being sold their soul. That's how I look at it. Like, because I had to make hard choices in my life, so I didn't sell my soul. I almost sold my soul. I tried to do porn. I couldn't find the avenue to get in. Thank goodness. Because I'm STD free, and if I would have done that, I probably wouldn't have ended up that way. That was just, heck, 10 years ago, 9 years ago, because I was desperate to not be homeless with my mom. So because I can disassociate it. Did it the first time, 10-month-old baby's the first time that evil touched me and penetrated me, and I knew what evil was. And then I go out in the world and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so many people that do weird shit to kids. I'm just going to stay home. Or they're just shady. So I just want to make a brief comment, and I'm not going to talk about it because I made a post about it yesterday. I got robbed for $200. I got ripped off, and it was my fault because I left the money in the tray, got excited, started talking to the lady, and then got sidetracked because I was worried that things were taking too long and it was hot outside for mom. So I walked to the window, and then the homely, ugly, redheaded girl that was behind me got my cash, printed out a receipt like it sounded like she got money out of the cash machine, and then didn't even thank me for buying her weed. I mean, you know who the girl that they didn't even repent for what? Getting raped as a 10-month-old baby? What do I got to repent from? What? From walking away from 3D Earth to be a stay-at-home daughter? Take care of my mom by myself without any days off since 2017? Do I need to repent from that? Should I repent from not drinking alcohol after being an alcoholic for 13 years? Is that what should I repent from? How about quit smoking cigarettes too? And a couple weeks ago, I quit weed. And every day I do sets of freaking hundreds on my dumbbells. Are these all things I should be repenting then? Oh, Lord mercy, please help. Please don't make me die. Go away, weirdo. I dig God just as much as everyone. My God is good, orderly direction. And my God doesn't believe in little white bunnies and hiding Easter eggs. He says, you people are stupid for that shit. My God doesn't believe in men in red suits that go down chimneys that little kids like to sit on his laps. That's all weird stuff to me. I dig that stuff. Dude, I already know that evil is everywhere. I got robbed for $200 yesterday. I got threatened earlier this week that I'm gonna be run out of Taos in a couple years. So I get fucking threatened all the time. You don't have to worry about my relationship with me and my higher power. You don't have to worry about it. What? There's plenty of single women out there that are trying to feed their kids because their dads promised to stay with them forever and they're a deadbeat too. So why don't you go out and instead of being bothered by my life, go and help somebody that needs help. Because there's a lot of people out there that need help. But they still gather to do stupid things like, let's go down to the park and plant a tree. Because what's that going to do? Is that going to make up for the frickin' $5 million a town of 6,000 people is spending on a baseball field? Is that going to make up for that? It's called misappropriation of funds, and people don't care because they trust their government and they think that the police and the EMTs and all of these have you noticed they haven't done a fireman's calendar in probably 2 decades? It used to be that like they were always training. People were always training to be prepared for their job. That's what it was like when I was in the Air Force. I didn't get these are not participation awards. These awards, and I only did 6 years because I figured out America's a fucking liar. And that all these big, strong, tough guys are freaking gay. And that there's never any weapons of mass destruction. I don't even think atomic bombs exist. I think they have problem airmen that they just have guard in empty silos out in freaking Nebraska. Because they were born and raised there. And you always get stationed where you want when you're in the good old boy club. I was on Crete. We bombed Baghdad on my birthday. I prepped a lot of shit to do that shit. I went to work and a lot of people died. Women, children. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just wanted a college degree. It's all I wanted. I'm so sorry for my service. If I die tomorrow and that's the only thing that I am known for is that bitch that said she was sorry for her service, I'm the only one saying it. I look on social media, people are supporting this stuff, and soon they're gonna have parades for it. More parades for this stuff. I don't have kids. I have no dog in this fight. It does not impact me personally if anybody gets enlisted. Except that I know what happens to people when they go to war and the things that they do, and they're not going to come back your precious little sweet angel anymore. You will lose that. If you love anybody, don't let them enlist. Have them go to trade school. Don't let them enlist. Don't let them put 8 anthrax vaccines in them like they did me. Don't let them try to turn you into a monster. Because that's what they tried to do to me. I'm not a monster. Mom keeps me soft. Because I have to slow down so I can take care of her. You know, you got all these tough guys out here. You got all these tough guys in their big stupid trucks because their little peckers work. Because they think their little peckers are going to work forever. But what they don't know is that machismo attitude, it breaks your wiener. They don't get it. I've seen it my whole life. Big, virile, strong, tough men. It happens to everyone because it's a disconnect. Because the things that they tell themselves that to be men, they don't get to do because it's against the law. A lot of these military men went over there and did stuff, dirty stuff. They did it in Vietnam because see they don't speak English over there. So even when the women tell, it's the soldier man's word against hers. See, the men in the military are going to talk about this because they don't want to be culpable for being a non-reporter. And I will never be it. Not in my name. I will allow any of this bullshit to. Uh, it's gonna go on. I can't do anything to stop it. I just talk about the game of America. It's a joke. America is Hollywood. I just always hear the Muppet song theme song, the Muppet Show theme song. It's time to set the music. It's time to set the lights. It's time to da 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 on the Muppet Show tonight. Why do we always come here? It's the same story year in year out. And then they throw in like NASA shit. And then they'll throw in like, oh, a shooting. One of the Woosters transitioned yesterday, today. Not very far from where I live, up in Boulder, Colorado. Mom, you know Boulder, huh? Yeah. See, there's a lot of people that are going to start feeling a lot of emotion as soon as fucking Uranus comes into Gemini, right? Well, all of these energies that people are going to be feeling for the next 7 years, it's going to be air and fire, okay? And if you know what alchemy is and you know how things work, like all you need is a little spark, just a little spark, just a little boo, a cigarette butt out the window, a spark from something that fell out of a car, right? That's all you need is a little spark, and then with wind, right? So we always have checkpoints in life. We have positions in life, things that we go through that we get to define who and what we are going to be in this life. So we're coming into another one of these checkpoints. Are people going to be able, me included, am I going to be able to keep myself from combusting at all times? See, now I was born with this energy. I was born with fire and air. No earth. No earth. Try grounding. I need other people to ground, and then other people suck. So then I go harder to figure out how to ground myself because I'm good to people in my community and they steal. You know what I mean? Like, I give people gift cards that don't have enough money and then I get robbed. So it's just like, it's the time. It's everybody has their own path to do different stuff. My time now is to go with it. My priority is always to make sure mom is happy. Mom, are you happy? Are you content? Are you content, Mom? She has a smile. You have a smile? Okay. See, because I do stuff every day that people drink a lot of booze because they feel bad about the choices that they made. It's, see, my brother said, put your mom in a home. Put mom in our mom. Hey, say hi, Mom. Look. Look, Ma. Ma used to like a guy, and then he slammed her head in a car door. Wow. Oh, wow. I know. You should have seen the look on my face when I found that out from the police blotter. I just have to laugh. I do. I have to laugh at stuff. I'm keeping my sense of humor about stuff. And yeah, I cry, and I'll have like I'll flash is what I call them. I get flashes of emotion, and instead of stuffing down those flashes of emotion, I cry or I'll rage. I'll like rage dance. I'll rage, but I don't rage at people. I don't rage at things. I just focus on it and then use my physicality to get that frequency out of me until I feel better. And I am surrounded by people that just act out. They're just always acting out. Because they act like I did when I was a little kid and didn't get my way, and I'd throw temper tantrums. Right? Or oh, okay, you're gonna accuse me of being like that. I'll be like that to the 10th power. But I don't play. I don't. Yeah, I just as I got older, I don't get baited as much because people just toy with me. They've toyed with me my whole life. They've always toyed with me. My brother. Your brother. He used to hold me down and pull on my toes until they popped, and your toes don't pop. It's just mean stuff. Like my dad used to grab me right here, right in here, in here. Yeah. He used to grab me until I about pass out during like family pictures and stuff. It's just about control and dominance and doing things because they can. And I can't stand that. And then people accuse me of being like that, and they're just telling me that they're that way. You know, when people come at you like, well, what's a good example? Because I'm always telling people how I am. Like lazy people. Lazy? I can't stand like when there's garbage on the ground and there's so many people that are sitting there. Because all those people that are looking, they know that garbage is there, and they all have the same mentality that they are above picking that up. And that's just more work for people like me. So now we live in a society that people don't know how to do the jobs that it takes. Like houses are made out of cardboard now. Wow. People don't know how. I don't know how. I'm not an electrician. I don't like electricity. I get shocked a lot. Wow. It's my personality. Wow. It's my high vibrational frequency. We make things arc. You ever walk by a stove and it, like, you're not touching the stove? Inches from the stove, but I still get electrocuted by the stove? I mean, stuff is I don't even live on the same planet as the rest of these people. Like what? You never been electrocuted? You never almost drowned? You never seen somebody beat beyond recognition? You never seen a dead person? You never, like, all these people have this whole laundry list of nevers. And I got this list of things and pictures in my head that I never wanted to see. Oh. So the only place I can share them is here. I can't really share my life out in the world. People don't believe it because I live in a mundane place. Okay. They just live the same day over and over, year after year. The same small groups of people get the advantage while the same large groups of people skip out and are unqualified and you don't deserve it, and denied. I'm always on the denied list too. That's how I know I know what it's like. We're going to a place that people are going to have to make their own community. I'm trying to build a community, but I've been a place that people want to be their little bitch, and I'm just like, no, we're just good with me and mom. I don't need it. I don't need it. I see so many people that are miserable because they have to pay bills. They have to go to work every day and do things they don't want to do so that they can pay bills. I don't have to do that. I don't live in that world. I have to pay bills, but I don't have to worry about where the money comes from. It just kind of appears. Just kind of shows up in the world. And our needs just kind of always seem to get met. And we always have left over nowadays. And, well, I get to use what I have left over. And if I see somebody in my proximity that needs help and there's something I can do to help them, I'm going to do it. That's nice. Am I going out of my way anymore? No. There's a lot of people doing changes right now. They're changing how they do things. I am no exception. I forgot my coffee. Good girl, Luna. You're the best in the mood to me. All we got to worry about is going to the market, getting food and water from time to time. And then where we get to go to the store, it's all locally sourced. It's all from farms in like New Mexico, Colorado, and I think some Southern California. But like they have the store they got a freaking it's a smart operation. It really is. They have their own chosen vendors, and they because it's supply chain is gonna get real weird. It's gonna get real funny. I've been tracking supply chain since 2005, 2004. So 22 years I've been everything that's shipped, and most things go on trucks. They go on move-ons, and my dad was one of those truck drivers for years and years and years. Wow. He did weird shit on the road. He did. I know he's a bad guy. I know who the bad guys are. I keep looking for the good guys. There's all these people out there. We're out there like we're all good guys. We're good guys. Hey, good guy here, good guy here. And then they always freaking end up wanting to show me their wiener, and I hate that shit. Like, why? I don't ever give anything off that makes you think that I'm interested in your little dangle. And these are the mentality of the men in charge still. Like, look at that FBI guy. I don't even bother knowing their names. They're all overpaid actors. They all have questionable character. That's why they're in politics, all of them. Nothing any of those people do has ever helped me. See, it's about the county. The county? Like all the DC and government above county level is basically it's bullshit. It's the county. The county. So let's look up county. Yeah. County. Okay. A county is a primary administrative subdivision of a U.S. state, typically serving as a local government layer that manages services like courts, law enforcement, elections, and property records. Dude, it's the county that frickin' gatekeeps anybody from going above that. Yeah, there's people that work for the state, like everything, agency or welfare for the employees that work in the agency. Like when I was growing up, we were on welfare. Wow. We didn't get a lot. Mom didn't get a lot of money. Single mom, 2 kids. She was the mom and the dad. She did such a good job. She didn't even have a good example of what men were. Wow. Right? Right. So she had to just do what she had to do with her 2 young kids in the 70s against the whole system. So yeah, when I've always believed in God, because God always protected her. She ended up with custody with us against all odds, because family courts are corrupt. Just like statisticians can be corrupt. Anybody that gets a paycheck has the potential for corruption. I don't collect a paycheck. I am not going to be bought. Well, I could be bought. The likelihood of me being bought is not real good at this point, because I'm so good at living next to nothing. Next to nothing. So in my mind, as long as I could swipe my card and get whatever we need, anything else is of ill consequence. It doesn't matter. Because mom's happy, and whenever they talk about the world is falling, out there, the world, this, Iran, this. I was in one of the wars. They're going to do what they want. They don't care about America. It has nothing to do with democracy and freedom. It has a whole lot to do with machismo and feeding ego, though. So they don't care. There is no law. They talk about the UCMJ, but there's always ways around it. It's just how law works. Law is just words that are written down on a paper that a small group, but not everybody on the planet, agreed to. You get me? Yeah. That's what laws are. Bunch of nepo brats that never went hungry are trying to do stuff for my best interest. Feed people so they don't get hungry. Clothe people so they don't rot in the streets. Like, I'm pretty sure, I know that Biff, the president of the reindeer game, Biff, dude he is not a Christian. He is not for Christian valued people. He doesn't like attracts like, and he don't like you. He's Jewish. He became Jewish in 2017 at the request of his daughter. And her business, opportunistic, capitalistic little weirdo. Like, I think that guy's already an AI robot. I don't even think he's human. I think he puts himself away in a closet at night, recharges himself on. I don't know. What would that guy eat? He would eat like water chestnuts with with wasabi or something like that. Like, and it would have a fancy little design. No, they're weirdos. They're wackadoos. I've been around them my whole. They're just people that don't take no for an answer. So this is why I bring this up. So how many counties? They lie about the population numbers. Wow. There's no way there's as many people on the planet as they say. So counties in New Mexico. I looked this up a few days ago. How many of them are there? There's not that many. Because I often talk about how there's plenty of money. They just don't let it trickle down. They don't want regular people. It's only for the important people. And weirdos are designating who the important people are. Especially in there's 33. I should have remembered that. There's only 33 counties in the whole state of New Mexico. So if you go through and count that, there's only 2 million people in the whole state. You got a lot of people that come and go, but there's only 2 million people. And they pump their own oil here. So gas should never be affected because we should be a self-sufficient state, but they sell out to other places because they want to be everybody's little bunny. Notice when I speak, I don't make mention of any ethnicity, any color of any skin, because it's all silly reindeer games that I don't play. I go by 2 different types of varieties of beings. The high vibrational that are not willing to cause harm to another being, unless self-defense, of course. And then you have that low viber, the car show enthusiast, the freaking the tourists, the skiers, the NPCs, the people that just float around the earth and think the earth is a better place just because they shit in a toilet in that town. That's not how it works. So 33, and I live in the most ignored. They don't even acknowledge Taos County in the rest of the state in any agency like the VA. They don't come up here and have their briefings on all the veterans, all the benefits they want veterans to have. They don't do that. It's a racket. It's so people in the offices could get paid, but they never help the constituents. Do you think more people would want, since there's enough for everybody, like I was saying, New Mexico has a $1 billion tax marijuana industry, wow, $1 billion oil industry, and then they have their dividends and all their made up economics that don't feed people in the desert. Soon more people are going to have more and more insecurities. Because what did they do to make anybody else feel secure? And what you put out comes back to you. That's why I like to offer like even just an ear to people whenever I go out. But man, it's hard to be good people when you live in a place where there's so much insecurity that people are just ugly because they're scared. Because they don't know how to pay their bills. I'm like, dude, give every person in New Mexico $2,000. What they do with that, it's on them. If people can't budget that to help them and then like make the excess, then you're not self-supporting. And if people need more support than that, then we need more places where people can live communally, how they want to live. Give people a potty patter, they're going to keep shitting on the frickin' street. Give them a place to go to the bathroom. It all ends up in the same place, whether people pay for it or not. Nobody should ever have to pay for water. These gangsters have taken over utilities. Tesla had the answer to free electricity for everybody. And Trump's uncle ended up being one of the men to clean out his apartment. They hijack everything by just manipulating people's emotions. By playing with people's emotions that have them. Because they don't. Because they have no soul. They sold it. God, they sold it decades ago, man. The nasty things these people have done. And we've paid for it. The times military officers would fly out to Langley to play around a golf with their buddies, or Virginia Beach, any of those places on America's dime, because it's a military exercise. It's bullshit. Every time we go over there and kill people in places we have no business, don't worry. Hey, they're getting, if they're in a real dangerous spot, they get tax free. And then they get hazardous duty pay. How come single moms never got hazardous duty pay? Huh? Because my brother attacked me and my mom, and he was bigger than both of us, and now he's a big important lawyer for California. So don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, because I know who the monsters are. I live with them. I'm related to them. If I am not careful, I will become them. Yeah. So that's why whenever I start by feeling my ego start flaring, like I'm going to go out and like do so. I got ripped off for $200. All I could do is a social media post. I'm never going to get my money back, but if I ever see that ugly, that nasty, freaking nasty, homely redheaded girl, I'm going to look right in her eye and I'm going to say, I know who you are. Nobody else has to, but I know who you are. You could have said, hey, you forgot your money. But you took it, because that's who you are. You took somebody else's money that was distracted about her little old lady mom in the car. That's who you are. And these are the people that make up Taos. And that is where the Taos hum comes from. All that low vibrational. Got to get one over on them, because now's your only chance. Instead of, how about I be honest, a person of an integrity, and that'll come back to me more. Now, who knows what kind of karma the dumb bitch is going to get now. And for the woman that didn't get my back, I'm going to go get my t-shirts and stickers, and I gotta reconsider and reevaluate things there. My relationship with who I want to build community with, or who I know I can't. So all I could do was this. Evidently, the only clue that she drives a white Subaru, and the only clue that I got from the lady that worked at the can, because she was protecting the thief. She wasn't looking out for me, the one that got her money taken. She was protecting the thief. I don't want to know people that protect thieves. I don't want to know them. I deleted her number from my phone because I called her yesterday as soon as I figured out what happened. She even said, because she was just getting like cheap weed. She was getting budget girl weed. There's no way she got $200 out of the ATM. I know. I just know it's all true. And people try to, oh no, it's just they're horrible people. I'm surrounded by horrible people. I am. I'm surrounded by horrible people. When I worked at Rite Aid in Sacramento in '96, my grandpa just died. Like my brother, I lived with my brother. He was a hard ass. Like I had to walk there every night. On Watt Avenue. It's a very busy street. Like it just sucked. Right? I found $10 and turned it into the manager because it wasn't mine, and I really wanted to buy some weed because I was out and I'd been dry for several days because I had just gotten this new job. You don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't steal. And the only thing the lady behind the counter said was she just won Taos trivia recently. And I was like, ugh. So, Taos trivia posted this recently on April 16th about their trivia show that they do. I sat in it one time. I sat and watched it. See, when you live in big towns, you see this small town stuff, and it's just it's just cute. It's just cute. It's like, oh, you're just cute, right? It's just cute. So I posted on this because the lady said that the girl just won that recently, and this is the most recent trivia that they did. So I said, to the homely redhead that recently won that got me for 200 at the ATM at Taos Canis Cannabis, you will get your karma. And then I said, at least you could have thanked me for buying your weed. So I was playing with fake intelligence recently. I didn't get me. I was blessed enough to get some for my birthday. But they take up so much bandwidth. I only want to use them for like when mom go out to get content. But I tried this new seasoning and I made this one out of a seasoning pack. And like it's really limited in scope. And I get glitches because I get this glitchy shit. Does everybody else get that glitchy shit? But I like how the mirror is also animated. That's kind of cool. And here's the night one. See the glitchy shit up at top? See, nothing works the way it's supposed to all the way. Nothing. 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 Oh, anyway, my knees hurt. I'm sitting on my knees because they hurt. One day I'm never going to be able to do it again. Ugh. Okay. I'm getting too old for this shit. But anyway. So I don't think that dude killed himself either. I did watch his last video because he came across my radar back in 2017, 2018. And you pretty much kind of could see the trajectory of how somebody's going to evolve. Kind of get the gist based on what they've evolved from. Or I can anyway. And so looking at his last video from the last time that I looked at him, it was like after that Carrot Top dude came back. And he looked different. He got all buff and stuff. Not that dude was buff or anything, but like he wasn't the same person that he was. Everybody on as a human or a being or whatever we are, tangible mandibles or whatever, every 7 years, what is that? What is 7 years?
7 years.
Is 7 years Saturn? No, Saturn is like anyway. What is the cycle 7? The 7 year itch. Anyway, we evolve out of our old cellular patterns into our new cellular patterns. And all these people are doing like, like they look good because they have the money to spend on the stuff that helps just keep you healthy. But like all these people with their longevity and their quality of life, what are they doing to help other people? Because I don't know anybody on this planet that is self-made. They did everything on their own. Like even me, like my dad paid my fine for 1577 when I got a DUI back in 95. And I had to get off paper, so I had a fine. He paid that. I had to go to court to get off paper so that I could go into the Air Force. So I had to go through all these little hoops just to do 6 years. But the knowledge and the education I got, like, hopefully one day it'll serve generations for those that believe in the lie of what the military is, It's pageantry. It's a pony show, and they don't have people that are qualified in the cast of characters and the main cast members to do the work to pretend like America's like this big strong superpower, because it's held up like a lot. When I was in 20 years ago, I got out this November. I took my last class 9 days before the last day of my enlistment. My goal was to get my bachelor of science degree, and so I got my associates, which was harder to get, I think, than the bachelor's. But still, I did it all in 4 years, starting from zero, and I might have even had to make up some like. But you could CLEP. How come everybody in America can't CLEP out of classes? Let's just boycott the universal system, put all the data and information, turn it over to all access, and then the people that want to use it, they can grow their communities. I loved having access when I worked at Creighton, the law school. Invaluable. Everybody in every community should have access to their own law school, because you could study law. You don't have to you don't have to practice law. You don't have to have a, a degree to study law.
Agreed.
You don't have to. You could study law and know more than the lawyers that you're dealing with. You're not practicing law. You're just knowing how to protect yourself in a world wide web of manipulation, because that's what language is. It's like secret codes, and then like the groups gather and they decide and agree, but then you have the little side groups, and then they're going to have their own way of doing things within. It's just what people want. Okay. People watch too much TV and then act these things out. Like look at all these people like in rural Nebraska. I know a guy, he lives on the same farm that his family's lived on for 5 generations. A few years ago, he got at the state fair. He got the award for the 120-year farm award. Whoa. In Nebraska. Because they were always there, right next to the base, right next to the base, right next to the base. Love the guy. He's like a father figure to me. He's a Virgo. He's going to be 70. I think I'm going to send him a big old bouquet of flowers. Dudes like getting flowers, too.
Yeah, that's nice.
They make everything smell good in the house, too. Anyway. So, in September. Anyway. So, there's there's all sorts of ways to keep everybody happy and balanced. And I'm looking forward to a world, a country, a place where I live where they like. One of the best things that I could have learned when I was in preschool was nap time, because I was meditating.
Meditating.
Yeah, because it taught me how to slow down.
Slow down.
And go back inside because the whole world is so demanding of how I'm supposed to be and how I'm supposed to act. Then I got to a place I couldn't keep up with. Even then, the same people that were, I felt like my brother, he would always change the rules of how he wanted me to treat him, like, or what he found to be offensive. And then I got tired of trying to keep track of who I need to be for him to be not be a shithead to me. But he always came back to being a jerk to me. Like I didn't know he hated me.
Oh.
He hates me. Like he always did, and I didn't know it. I had no idea. That's how slow I am. Like, I guess I look like I have my shit together, but I'm really just a little retarded girl, in junior high that's trying to stay out of trouble. I'm a little bit more fit. I've been doing so many sets lately. Whoop. Standing turtle.
Standing turtle.
Anyway, Ma, you want to watch an episode of Matt Houston?
Oh, fresh Matt.
Matt Houston?
Matt.
Matt Houston?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
The Matt Houston. Mom remembers stuff before her injury.
Over it.